Nintendo Switch. Let's see what's going on. Switch you over to microscope. Okay, they said they think it's a broken port, and we definitely do have some port damage in there. See if I can get that on screen for you. There's like one pin missing or gouged out there. Looks like it burned. Maybe due to liquid. Take a look at this other side. It's missing from the top too. Alright. Interesting. So we definitely got to take the port off. So I think what we'll do is we'll disassemble, we'll remove the port, then perform our normal tests, and just kind of have to go from there and see what happens. See if it has any other collateral damage. We'll be back. Okay, we have the board out of the housing, and we are preparing to remove this port. So before I do that, we will throw up our temperatures, expected temperatures for this job, while I turn on my equipment. I do not expect to use a Pico pencil, but if I have to, that's the temperature it will be. And you know what they say about expectations. Anyway, switch you back to scope. We will flux it up. We will flood it with low melt. We'll drain the sauce, and then we'll go from there. We'll have to look and see how we did. Alright, that looks pretty good. No pull pads. Stick that aside. Make sure we don't have any bridged pins. Very good, we do not. Going to flip the board. Expecting most of the work to be from the other side, but you never know. The port will definitely be from the other side, so we will have to anyway. All right. Let's connect the meter. Okay, we are connected. Got our meter leads. We will start with the N92T36. But actually, we will start with the capacitor that goes to Pi 3 USB. And we have our leads in the wrong order. Right on ground. Okay, that one appears to be okay. Now we're going to check the ones going to N92T36 directly. And what we want to do is check the signal lines. On the caps that have two signal lines going to the chip, one side will always be ground because one side of the cap is always to ground, at least. There are circuits in which both sides will be ground. Okay, one of those, that was a dual line one, so one of them will always be ground. So all good there. Let's go up here and check our MOSFET area. Okay, seems good. Let's check our little filter. Okay, let's check our fuse. Fuse is good, not surprisingly. Alright, we're going to check all of our test points. This one should be ground. None of these should be. until we get to the battery, and one side will be ground on that. Alright, very good. Let's check our BQ24193 area. Again, some of them want, if they have dual lines going to the chip, one side will be ground. In this case, we know which ones is not, so I'm just going to test that. Okay, looks good. Now we want to check our Pi 3 USB. So far, they've been lucky, but let's see if they remain lucky. Okay. We want these to be continuous straight through, but not to side to side. Man, looks like they got lucky. We are not seeing anything else wrong with this unit but the port. I was pretty, I don't want to say pessimistic, but usually if you see something, completely burned out or gouged out, it will have caused collateral damage of some sort, but it doesn't appear to have done so here. So, what we'll do next is we'll clean up, and then we will, clean up all the low melt solder and the old solder, and prep a new port, put it on, and then we'll come back and do some tests once that is done. Okay, I think we're ready to perform a bit of a test, just to see if it's going to behave, give us something relatively normal in behavior. We'll click on the power. Okay, that seemed relatively normal. Let's check the other side. Awesome. Okay. Everything looks relatively normal. We don't even have to hook up the battery if it's going to behave like that. So, next thing we need to do is we need to put it back in the housing enough to do some testing, and then we'll come back once we're prepared to do that. Okay, I think we're ready to perform a test. I'm going to switch you over to this scene. so you can watch along. See what happens. Okay, full battery symbol. All right, beautiful, and fully up to boot. So we are charging on one side. Let's check and see and make sure we're charging on the other. And we are fast charging on the other. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to power it down. We're going to reassemble. We'll let it charge on its own battery for a while, and then we'll perform some more in-depth tests and stuff like that, and a dock test eventually. Perform few tests. It is recognizing its game card reader. The Jumanji game they have on here is theirs, and it's seeing it just fine, so that's good. Now I want to plug in my Joy-Cons, make sure it's recognizing them and charging them, and it is doing so. Very good. I want to check the internet. Took me a second to remember what else I wanted to do here. Hey, I don't even use these things. There should be no drift. Okay, make sure we're picking up our networkers. And we are. Very good. Okay, that's all the testing I want to do for the moment. I'm going to let it charge a little bit more, and then we'll perform a dock test. And if it passes the dock test, that'll be really it. If not, then we'll have to go in and figure out what the heck. Okay, and as you can tell from the top left, we are docking. Yes, the word escaped me. Yes, it's almost the end of the day. Very much. Anyway, we are docking, as you can see in the top left. We'll switch it over to capture for you. We are docking, we are charging on both sides. Everything seems to be working out, or seems to be working well. So in summary, we had a dorked up port, had looked like maybe like the pin had burned out of it or been pried out of it or something. I'm probably going to have to tell the customer not to use whatever they had it plugged into, because it probably is damaged as well. But in summary, we changed the port, or we pulled the port, we did some testing. It didn't do any collateral damage. I got lucky about that. So we just put it on the port, new port, and everything is checking out. I'm going to sit here and let it charge for a while, and then I'll contact the customer. This is a direct customer, so yay. If you have any questions about the equipment I used in this video, take a look in the description below. They're all linked down there. If you like the video, do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll know when I post videos, which is right now is about twice a week. And yeah, that's all I really had to ask of you. Thank you for the channel support, and thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.